What makes 20 Mile the most desirable phase of Nocatee here in Florida? Is it the location? Is it Palm Valley Academy? Is it the luxury top dollar real estate of Nocatee? Or is it just because I live here?
Okay, so this is going to be a very in-depth video of 20 Mile here in Nocatee, and it's going to be a two-part series, and we're going to start with part one now.
So 20 Mile has a very old Florida rustic theme, and it's got rich history behind it. And I have to commend the Davis family who previously owned this land.
Come on, you letting a bug distract you from your? This guy is calling himself a professional.
I thought it was a. Blah. It's not funny. I hate bugs. 20 Mile's got a very old Florida rustic theme. You'll see it in the wooden fences, the old oak trees they left here behind. And the real reason is because it's really rich with history. 20 Mile is actually the location of the 20 Mile House, which was kind of a way station or a resting area, if you will, but for people traveling from Spanish St. Augustine to Fort Caroline or Old Bluff. It was just a resting spot for horses. There was a stable where you could get water and whatnot. And so the park group and I believe the Davis family, probably under those conditions, wanted to maintain some of that history when they started developing the land. And so they did so by calling it 20 Mile after the 20 Mile House. They've also repurposed the original bricks that were manufactured by the Southern Clay Manufacturing Company in the 1800s. These were used for County Road 210. They took those bricks and repurposed them here in 20 Mile, which I think is a really good effort to maintain the history behind 20 Mile, and which makes it a pretty special place. Now we live in 20 Mile here in Nocatee, but that just happened by chance because 20 Mile was in the phase of development when we moved here 4 or 5 years ago, and that's what was selling as far as new construction. So we just happened to end up here, and quite honestly, after 4 or 5 years, we've come to really like this northeastern location of Nocatee. It's the closest to the beach, it's the easiest access to the Nocatee Parkway, it's still close enough to the Nocatee Town Center, but not too close. And then of course, it's really quick drop off on your golf cart to Palm Valley Academy. So overall, we've been loving the location here in Nocatee. Now, I don't think people choose to live in 20 Mile just because of Palm Valley Academy, because it's a well-known fact that most of the public schools in St. Johns County are some of the best public school systems in the state of Florida. But according to niche.com, Palm Valley Academy has 2,146 students. It has a student-to-teacher ratio of 16:1, and niche.com does give it an A rating. As a PTO booster, parent of 2 daughters that attend the school, we're super pleased with our daughter's progress here at Palm Valley Academy, and we just find it to be a bonus of living in 20 Mile.
Okay, so if you're a somewhat savvy real estate investor, you know that you don't necessarily want to be the most expensive house in the street, but rather the house that's next to the most expensive house in the street. And what determines that is what people are willing to pay. The reality is that 20 Mile has some of the most expensive, luxurious real estate in all of Nocatee. And again, we've gone over, perhaps it's because of its excellent location in the northeastern section of Nocatee. Perhaps it's because of the wonderful K-8 school, Palm Valley Academy. Or it just in fact might be because it has some of the most coveted real estate in all of Nocatee. So, with a quick overview right here, there's 2 entrances into 20 Mile through Valley Ridge Boulevard, and then the main entrance here off of Nocatee Parkway. There are 12 neighborhoods in 20 Mile. 4 of them are gated. They're not manned. They're electronic gated, and all the neighborhoods here have easy access for golf cart drop off to Pond Valley Academy right here through the crossing. There are only 2 neighborhoods left in 20 Mile where you can still pick a lot and build a brand new home, and that includes the Vista and the River Landing at 20 Mile, which also is the only neighborhood in all of Nocatee where you can build a home on the intercoastal waterway, and you will have a permitted dock for your boat. So those are the only 2 neighborhoods in all of 20 Mile that you can still build a custom home. And the remainder of the 10 communities in Nocatee, there are only resale opportunities. Out of the 12 neighborhoods, there are a total of 1,400, just over 1,400 homes. And currently right now on the MLS, there are only 13 active listings of homes here in 20 Mile. I looked at the history of some of the sales in these communities, and in the crazy thing I see is that some of these neighborhoods have only had 2 or 3 resales in the last couple of years. So that just gives you an indication of how much people like living in 20 Mile. It's hard to get them to move. So today we're going to go ahead and start up here in the River Landing community, and we're going to work our way down to the ranch, back up through the Outlook, and then end up in the village of 20 Mile, which is one of the original communities in 20 Mile. It started back in 2015, or one of the first communities, and again, it's kind of going to be the same kind of motif idea that they're currently building and developing on the south part of Nocatee called Seabrook Village. So if you're considering building brand new home in Seabrook Village, the 20 Mile Village is kind of an idea of what Seabrook Village will look like as far as that development goes. So let's go ahead, without further ado, let's jump over here to River Landing and get started. Okay, to get to River Landing, you're entering here the northeast section of 20 Mile. And you're going to come to this roundabout, and there's 3 neighborhoods that basically are in this section of Nocatee. That includes River Landing to the right, the Colony, and the Settlement. So to get into River Landing, you're going to cut through here in this circle to the right, and that's how you get to River Landing. River Landing has quite an entrance. It is gated, and they preserved a lot of the trees on most of the lots, specifically all the waterfront lots, but it has a very beautiful entry. As you can see here through the gates, they've maintained a lot of foliage and everything. And as you enter into the neighborhood, you will see that they have a boathouse, if you will. And these are the renderings of the boathouse, but of course we've got live footage here to show you what it actually looks like now that it's nearing completion. River Landing is a pretty special place because, again, you can get a water lot and build a custom home. There are only 10 approved custom builders in River Landing right now. You can bring your own custom builder as long as you get approval from the architectural board. There are 105 homes in River Landing, and I would say right now, from what I understand, about 50% are sold, as you can see here. But you have your waterfront lots here, and then your interior preserve lots. These lots run between half an acre and an acre. They are about 90 to 120 foot front footage, so they're pretty wide, and some of them go as far back over 200 feet. As you can see here, we walk some of the lots, and that gives you a good indication of just how large they are. The homes in River Landing are definitely going to run you for a dry lot, again, half acre or above. These lots here, for instance, they're definitely going to run you around the $2 million mark, and then these intercoastal lots are most likely going to run you above $2.5–3 million by the time you build a home minimum. You do have to have pre-approval to purchase these lots, proof of funding. For the dry lots, I believe it's $1.5 million, and for the water lots at least $2.5 million, just to show that you are pre-approved before you start the process. River Landing is a pretty special place. Again, it's the only neighborhood where you have the option to park your boat. The water lots do come with the permitted dock already, and the boathouse and the little park area will have a couple of slips for you, for anyone who has a dry lot and just wants to pick up friends or supplies or whatnot from the house. They can park here in this little park area. There's also a little screened in room sitting area with restrooms in the boat park area, so it's a pretty cool place. If you are interested in a lot in a home in this area, there are two ways you can go about it. You can go ahead and get your own custom builder, or use one of the pre-approved builders that I mentioned. There's 10 of them. Or right now, Glen Layton, one of the Glen Layton builders, is one of the custom builders that have bought some of these lots already and are offering a package, if you will, and that gives you the option of the lot and the home at a certain specific size. I think they're like 3,600 to 4,000 to purchase that home in a package, and you can make some minor changes if you like. But those ones, as I see here on the MLS, they run around 1.7 to 2.1. So this is one of the homes right here. This is lot 91, which we walked the lot. It's about 90 to a 220 square foot, 90 feet front, 220 feet back, and they're listing at about $1.7 million. And the floor plan is what they've been known for, is the Guana House floor plan. It's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. So that just gives you an idea of what you can get for your money on the lower end of River Landing. These homes will probably take at least a year or two to fully build out. So you need to keep that in mind when looking at these homes. Another one they have here is listed at $2 million. Again, these are just home packages to get people interested and overcome the intimidation of building, a massive estate like this. But this is again a dry lot number 74, which we walked here. You can see some real life footage. And that one is going to be roughly just under 3,800 square feet. But again, these are a proposed floor plan, and something you can kind of feast your eyes on to get an idea of what your money can buy in River Landing. The CDD fees, again, will run you in it says here $2,400. It's probably a little bit higher, more like $2,900 annually, and then the association fee is $2,400, and that's of course for that gated entry, and then use of that little boathouse area and the common areas within the community. So Glen Layton's a really nice builder. If you want to get an opportunity to see their homes built, there's a neighborhood right across from Settlement Colony in River Landing, and that's called the Hammock, and I'm going to go over that really quick and show you some of those homes. That's an exclusive community of Glen Layton homes, so that gives you an idea, if you want to drive through there in real life, what those homes look like. So let's go ahead and head out of let's head out of River Landing and let's go ahead and check out the two communities which are surrounding River Landing, which is the Colony and the Settlement. And I would be bold enough to say, since the River Landing has come about recently in the last year or so, I would say that proximity to that neighborhood would cause the Colony and the Settlement to go up in value. So let's go ahead and check those out. Okay, so as we head out of River Landing, we're basically in the Colony here. Now at this circle you'll see a park right there. That's the park that's shared by the Settlement, Colony, River Landing, and it includes a dog park and playground and a pavilion. So they all share those amenities right here in this section of 20 Mile. So Colony, again, like I said, it's a newer community and it is certainly being affected by the pricing of River Landing now and coming into play. But Colony was started in 2019 and just finished their last home in 2021. There's 218 homes, 60 and 70 foot lots that range from 2,500 all the way to 3,800 square feet. The builders in there include David Weekley, Providence Homes, and ICI Homes. So let's take a look at pricing in there. Of course, you can't build in there. Like I said, it's already sold out. But as far as resales go, let's take a gander at some of the resales. We have here 3 homes that are under contract right now. This is a 2,830 square foot pool home, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, listed at $473 a square foot. It's under contract. It was built in 2020. Let's take a gander at this house. It's a 3-car garage. I believe it's an egret by ICI Homes. Nice paver driveway. Really done nicely inside. Really clean, modern. And again, I believe that this nice big open ICI floor plan with the high ceilings is a popular model, the egret, and with the pool that only helps things a great deal. But this house has a lot of the extra bells and whistles with the wine fridge and the beautiful backsplash, and it's very, very open, clean, and a really nice home. So I find it to be an exception, priced so high. It has the plantation shutters and whatnot, but more importantly, it already has a pool built already with that gorgeous lake and then preservation view. It also has an outdoor kitchen. So again, you're looking at a premium price, but it's obviously, you can see how gorgeous it is. Just to give you an idea of what Colony has to offer. So you'll see homes between the $900,000 to the 1.3, as we just saw there. And again, the 25 to 3,800 square foot homes. Homes have been averaging probably about 40, 58 days. This one went in 11 days. This one was listed $1 million. It was just under 2,900 square foot. It was a cul-de-sac lot, extra large driveway. Again, very modern, nicely done inside. Just move-in ready, not a thing to do. This home looks like it was also built in 2020, 2,818 square feet. So beautiful home. Went under contract very quickly. Let's see what the big selling factors of this. Obviously, it's a cul-de-sac lot. It's got all the modern finishes that you'd want. Excuse me. And then, of course, you can tell it has a really gorgeous outdoor living space with the outdoor kitchen and the pergola. So, again, another reason why that probably went so quickly. So, again, we're seeing in the Colony pricing between $370 and this pool house going up to $470. So, that's quite a stretch, but they're getting it because there's not a lot of options in 20 miles, so you're limited. It's a supply and demand play. So that is a Colony, and next to the Colony is the Settlement. Okay, so heading out of the Colony, we would go into the Settlement. Settlement is gated, as you can see. It has a gated entry. It's not manned, it's electronic. and it is a Toll Brothers community. There are approximately 101 homes in the settlement, started building in 2018 through 2020, so also fairly new homes. It's a Toll Brothers and ICI community. These homes are about 2,100 to 2,900 square feet. Toll Brothers does a really good job with these two-story homes. Even though they're on a smaller lot, they feel really spacious inside. Currently, one that is pending is 560 Park Bluff Circle, which we took a look at here, just so you can get a better idea of what the interiors look like. Here is the actual listing. This is the exterior, better shot than what we got driving by. But as you can see here, nice sized pie-shaped lot. Beautifully done inside, very clean, modern. This home is a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, just under 3,000 square feet, and it was listed at $899, which is roughly around $300 a square foot. So that's a heck of a price. Usually they go for about $350 to $400 a square foot in the settlement. Again, it's also neighboring Colony and River Landing, so they certainly get a high premium for these houses, even though they're on 50, 60 foot lots. We've seen houses in the settlement go for anywhere between $899 and $1.2 million. For that guard gated entry, you do have a little bit of higher HOA. It's an additional $875 annually. It comes out to like $70, I think, per month. So you can have that gated entry, and gives a little much more control of your HOA. So anyway, let's head out to the next community. We're gonna head over to the Hammock and show you what those Glen Layton homes look like that that you could potentially be building in River Landing. So we're gonna head out of this little section of 20 Mile. We're leaving the settlement, and we're gonna head on down here to the Hammock. Not a lot of people know about the Hammock, because quite honestly, there's only 9 homes in that community, and they are all Glen Layton homes, and that's the builder, the custom builder that is currently selling packages and building in River Landing. So if you're interested in Glen Layton homes, they build a beautiful home, and they're offering those homes in River Landing. If you want to get a glance of their homes in real life and drive down the street, check out these Glen Layton homes. Here I have a little footage of the Hammock, where all the Glen Layton homes are. They're, again, only 9. They started building in 2017, and they're still currently finishing some homes in there. These are all about 0.40 acres, almost half an acre lots, and these homes are roughly all around 4,000 square feet or above. Beautiful homes, but again, I just wanted to bring you in here to the Hammock so you can see how awesome Glen Layton Homes builds are, so that if you're considering using them in River Landing, this is a good gauge of the quality of their build. So let's go ahead and check out the only other community that you can build in right now, and that is the Vista. The Vista is started building in 2016. The builder is the Pineapple Group, or the Pineapple Corporation. And this neighborhood has a very Spanish Mediterranean feel. It is a gated entry neighborhood. The Vista is going to have 44 homes total. Again, the lots are going to be at least 0.40 acres, almost half an acre, and you can build a home in there anywhere between 4,000 and 6,000 square feet. So again, this is the only other neighborhood besides River Landing and 20 Mile where you can actually still pick out your lot and build yourself an estate-sized home. It's a very unique neighborhood for 20 Mile. Again, it's one of the very few where you have that Spanish Mediterranean kind of feel, design, the Spanish barrel tile roofs, massive lots, and then that gated entry. And so that is the Vista. Okay, so we're gonna move down from the Vista and the Hammock area down to the ranch, one of the most popular neighborhoods in 20 Mile, and for obvious reasons, because the ranch only has 53 homes. They're 80-foot lots, and they started building in 2016 through 2020. Only two builders, Dosty and David Weekly Homes. Dosty's a local semi-custom builder, and David Weekly, of course, is a national builder, and they both build some really nice homes in there. Again, between 3,200 and 4,200 square feet. So for those of you that are not interested in waiting for a year and a half or 2 years to build that new larger size home, the ranch is definitely a great option as far as resales go. Like I said, there's only 53 lots, and which makes these really special to this neighborhood is it has 4 cul-de-sacs. So cul-de-sac streets are also really popular, great for resales. I always tell folks that if you want low traffic and you want those larger pie-shaped lots, those cul-de-sac lots are great. And if you see here, some of these have some really nice preserve around them as well, preservation, lots of trees. So it's a great neighborhood, really popular. The only thing that sometimes some people care about is that some of these lots on this side, although they do have vegetation blocking it, there is a storage facility here at the front of one of the entrances of 20 Mile, but it really doesn't hinder sales at all. These homes have beautiful designs. We'll go ahead and take a look at a couple of them that are for sale or actually under contract. We have 117 Cross Branch Drive. That's a David Weekly home listed at $1,595,000. It went under contract in 2 weeks, I believe. Let's take a look at this home. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, I believe. 4,201 square feet. It does have a pool in the backyard and 3-car garage. Beautiful home, really nice, light and bright open floor plans with all the popular finishes that you would want. Nice big island, double oven. Again, these homes don't take long to sell because of the awesome floor plan and again those larger lots. It doesn't hurt to have those big sliders that open up to your outdoor living area and then gorgeous preserve behind. So again, these homes don't take long to sell because people, they're looking for those larger lots, bigger square footage. They don't want to wait, they don't want to build, so they go ahead and jump on these as soon as they come up. This is a Dosty home right here. We drove past it. This is a really cool home because it's a courtyard style home. Really popular, 3-car garage, great curb appeal. Look at that at night, it's just gorgeous. This one was listed at $1,450,000, and again, it didn't take long to go under contract. It's just under 3,400 square feet, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. And I think what makes this home so special is that courtyard, if you will. And then of course the light and bright open floor plan with the gorgeous wood floors. Dosty really builds a beautiful home here. They take pride in it, and people do love their homes. So this is another home that went under contract fairly quickly, even in this market. So if you're looking for a larger size home and you want to be in 20 Mile and you don't want to wait to build, this is the place to keep an eye on. Check out these gorgeous wood beams, nice big open floor plan, and the gorgeous sliders that go into the courtyard area. Look at that, beautiful, very private, lots of vegetation, and then a nice little pool there. So great option for you if you're interested in being in the ranch, and great neighborhood overall. Okay, this concludes part 1 of everything you need to know about 20 Mile, the in-depth overview. In part 2, we're going to show you the rest of the communities and neighborhoods in 20 Mile. We're going to show you some of the most prestigious communities that 20 Mile started with. And then also we're going to show you some affordable entry point and price points of homes to make it a little more affordable to get into 20 Mile. If you haven't already pressed the subscribe and alerts bell, do so that you can be alerted once that video part 2 is done. It will be posted here in the next couple of days. So go ahead and hit the alerts bell, press subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.